All right, cool. Now we got some new people coming in. I got mine set up. All right, so we got, all right, Keith coming in from Houston. Petty Ann Allison, good morning. Elizabeth, all right, cool. Elizabeth, second one. Come on, we got to have some new people so far. Hello from DC. Appreciate all the welcomes in. Come on, somebody's got to. There we go. There's somebody. Nomeen, first Zoom. Who else is new out here? We're still getting warmed up, I see as well. All right, Marcelo's new. We're getting more and more people hopping on. But yeah, if somebody's new, please pop it in the chat. I always like welcoming the new people to Problems of Profits. It gets bigger and bigger every week. So I'll give you a quick highlight or let's say preview for today. Today we're going to be showing you guys this cool tool that I've been using within my team, and I use it even to coach myself, where I can literally take my transcript of one of my sales calls, or you could take one of your sales calls, or I use it for my virtual assistants or anyone on my team. We take their call and we get the transcript and we import it into the ChatGPT, and it gives us like instant feedback on like, hey, you built rapport well, you did this well, you need to improve this. They actually score you and do all that. So let me ask that. Does anybody have a call today? I'll start this with the way to start the call. I've reached out to several of you guys on Facebook and emailed a couple of you. Anybody have a call that we want to be a volunteer for us today to analyze so we could plug it into the ChatGPT? And I'd love to do, what I really want to do is two things. I want to plug several of your guys' conversations into the ChatGPT. And then a couple of you, I want to be able to listen to it myself. And we won't go for like too long. Maybe we'll just listen to a couple minutes of it and we can provide some feedback. But I need some volunteers. Does anybody need some brave volunteers that want to share their call so they can get better and get some feedback? Man, the chat is silent. We got to have some volunteers out there. While we're waiting on you guys to get a little braver, I'm going to check with Judith. So Judith from my team was going to be hopping on today, and I was going to have Judith walk through. So Judith has been using this a ton with our team, and I wanted her to share one of the times she used it. So I'm going to send Judith a quick invite so we can get you guys. All right, cool. Ashley will encourage you guys. We got to have some people who want to, I don't want to just analyze all my calls. You guys listen to me all the time. I want to be able to help you guys. How about this? Is this a useful tool? Do you guys think to where you guys could use it? And if you, or where are you guys hung up? Are we nervous to share it? Are we not sure? Some people might be like, I don't even know how to get a transcript from my call. How do I even record it? What are you guys' questions so far? I'm going to patiently wait for you guys in the chat, and then I'm going to invite Judith in here while we're waiting. All the above. Okay. Peter's not sure how. Okay. Best way to get a transcript. Okay. Yeah, we should probably start there. So best way to get a transcript from a call. So there's a lot of, if you have a CRM, which, okay, I sometimes debate whether to go bottom to top or top to bottom. The most efficient way is if we use Go High Level. We also use Resimpli. And a lot of those calls are all recorded in there. And so we can simply just download it. And if you have MP3 file or an MP4 file, just that audio file, the coolest trick, guys, is go to Slack. I think pretty much sure everybody's probably been in Slack by now. If not, go make a free account at slack.com. And then you can go upload that into Slack, the video file, because in Slack you can upload whatever files you want, but you upload the audio file and it'll transcribe it all for you. Okay. So that's one good way to do it. If you're recording the call on like your CRM. Okay. But the other thing is, cool, I'm going to get Judith, a couple other people in here. So the other way to do it is on your iPhone. This is the easiest hack. Okay. Probably should have started here with everybody. The next seller call you're on, well, first off, you got to have an iPhone. I'm not sure how to do it on an Android. Sorry for you guys who have Androids. You're going to have to figure that one out. But if you have an iPhone, just upload the latest software. And then when you're talking to somebody, has anybody noticed that recording feature to where you can click, like literally you'll be on the call and it'll say, want to record this call. It's a little bit awkward because it plays it out loud. So you gotta kind of set it up with your seller or your agent or whoever you're talking to. Okay. But when you do that, it'll record the whole thing. Right. And then it'll put it into a note. And then I basically just copy and paste that note. I put it into like a Google Doc. That way I can quickly share that Google Doc link. And then what I do is then I just copy and paste that. You would send it to me. And then I go pop it into our little ChatGPT thing. And we get instant feedback. All right. So does that seem doable? Let me go back to the chats now. If all else, use your iPhone, right? Another one is Loom. You could use Loom. I love Loom because I could see your facial expressions and you can watch it back. And if you're talking through your screen, Loom is a good one. And Loom always has the full transcript. Riverside, almost any sort of Fathom is another great one. I use Fathom, or a lot of you guys have your note takers. Your note takers will have a full transcript. So just honestly book a meeting, because a lot of you guys have your note takers that are linked to your Zoom account or your Google Meet account or just your Google email. What'll happen is that note taker will give you a full transcript. And that's what I do that with all my calls, to where I can just grab them out of there. And then at that point, it's a very simple copy and paste right into the ChatGPT. Let me see what questions you guys have so far. And then we're going to kick it over to Judith here in a minute. And Judith is going to show us how she used it. And maybe I'll even share my screen too, or you can too, Judith. But okay. So let me go back to the chat here. Oh, wow. John doesn't like Slack. But Slack is very easy, guys. You can just create a free account. All right. Okay. Yep. Judith Dreher likes Loom. Okay, cool. Ooh, Joe, that's what I'm talking about. Joe Rodeo's got one for me. Is that if you just sent me a transcript, you've just made my day. That's what I'm talking about.
You can thank
Joe is ready. Good job, man. Love it. So Joe already went and did it. Actually, Joe, go ahead and unmute. How did you do this for everybody else? How did you come up with that transcript?
Yeah, actually, Ashley just sent that to me.
What's that? Oh, Ashley did? She helped you out? Good. When in doubt, ask for help. Okay. All right, cool. Here's a call transcript. Okay, cool. So he's got one. He likes Loom. All right. So now we're getting more people on this call. Let me ask one more time. Anybody brand new today? We got any newbies? We've got 41 people on already. If you're new, please let me know in the chat, because you guys might be like, where is Casey going? What are we talking about today? And even if you are not new, you're probably wondering where we're going. But so again, today's call, we're going to spend the first 30 minutes or so analyzing your guys' calls. So I need some more volunteers. I got Joe ready. Judith is going to go. So Judith is going to go. Then we're going to go with Joe, and then I'm hoping I can get some more volunteers. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take those transcripts and we're going to give you instant feedback on the call, because to get better at calling and closing, which I think, how about this? Raise your guys' hand. Who wants to get better on the phones and would like to refine their skills? Yep, Judith does. Cool. Bina. Hey, by the way, thank you guys for keeping your videos on. Love it. That helps me know who's kind of engaging and where you guys are at. Cool. There's another one. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Keem, actually, I'm going to have Ashley. Will you help Keem, or can you download that transcript and put it into a Google Doc, and then we can pop it in here? Love it. Cool. Couple new, and then Keem is new. Esteban. Keem is brand new, and he's got a transcript. That's what I'm talking about. That's super cool. Okay. Sorry, I'm just making sure I keep up here in the chat. One of these days, I'm just going to get a nice, big, huge computer that's just got the full chat. That way I can keep up. That must be how Pace does it, because I don't know how you can be scrolling and keeping up with you guys in real time. But keep the messages coming, guys. I love it. So anyway, we're going to go through. So for those of you who just raised your hand to get better at sales call, I do want to give, and I'm going to tee up Judith right now. So Judith has been on our team for, almost 2.5 years now. I think it'll be 3 years or is it going to be 4 years in July, Judith?
3 years in July.
3 years. It'll be 3 years. So she's going on 2.5 years. And Judith, over the last couple of years, she's been like, I've always felt bad, because Judith's like, hey, Casey, I want to get some feedback on my calls. I want you to listen. And I just felt bad, because it's a very time-consuming thing, and it always got put to the back burner. And so I was really excited when I got this tool for Judith, because it's like, okay, Judith, well, I'm sorry I can't give it to you, but I'll tell you what, ChatGPT is not always better than me, right? Well, all right, we won't go down the rabbit hole of whether ChatGPT and robots are taking over our world. But what we will say is getting consistent feedback and it being able to be subjective feedback, I think is a incredible tool to where and she can get it in real time, and Judith doesn't have to wait on me. So Judith started using it this week. So Judith, do you want to talk through it, or do you want me to share your screen? I'd love them to see the output too. What do you think?
Yeah, I can share my screen. So I was just grabbing the transcript. Casey, I sent you a request.
All right. Should be accepted now.
Okay.
Look at this.
So I've got the transcript.
Yeah, keep going with it, Judith.
So I'm just going to copy this here. I have a couple different examples. One of them is not, I didn't think it's the best call. I was actually at the hospital with my son, and we had to hang up when the doctor came in, and then I had to go call the guy back, but still we're going to go ahead and use it. But so I just made this call through our CRM in Resimply, and then I downloaded that and put it into Slack so it would transcribe it for me. And so I just copied it. It's 2 conversations. So I went and copied that and put it in here. And so let's see what it gives us. And I didn't think it was that great of a call, but I've used this a couple times this week. I didn't think the calls were that great. And I was surprised that they actually gave me some pretty good feedback, and I actually did better than I thought I had. So let's see. I'm still thinking, I think.
But this is how how
Okay.
fast it goes, guys. But yeah, go ahead. So Judith, you can kind of share some of the highlights that it shared with you. And I'll frame this up to you guys is it works off of a script, right? So if you really want to really refine it, we'll share those scripts with you. And honestly, how about the newbies? Is there anybody out there that would be helpful if we shared a call script with you guys so you guys know like what to talk about on a call? Would that be helpful? If so, guys, raise your hands, pop it in the chat. Because what we're happy to do is share that transcript with you guys. And if you follow the transcript, you're going to get a really, really good tailored feedback. But go ahead, Judith. What did you take away from it?
So this one didn't give me scores like the ones in the past have done. Usually it'll give me a score on how well I did. I think I put it in the, hold on. I put it in the wrong chat GPT. Sorry, that's the problem. Okay, so this one it'll give me scores on how well I did. So introduction report, I got 16 out of 20. My strengths and weaknesses. And keep in mind too, I was in the middle of, my son had pneumonia and I was at the hospital. So I was doing the best that I could, but it really broke it all down for me. 12 out of 20 for the discovery and probing questions. I think that's one of my strengths is those probing questions. And then objection handling is really where I need the most feedback and the most opportunity, I think, for me still is objection handling. And then the value proposition, I still always feel like I need to work on that a little bit more. So I'm happy to see that that's an 8 out of 10, but this was really awesome. I've been using this since Casey introduced it to me last week. I've put a couple different calls in here. So, and then always setting next steps, like, hey, I'm going to give you a call on Friday. And Casey's actually going to call this guy today. So I think it's really cool you guys got to see my transcript and how that call went. And then Casey will actually give the seller a call today on problems to profits. And then it just gives you all different kinds of feedback here. And we've put together a document for you that we can share to help you guys know, like what scripts you should be using and help you get some feedback on your calls. So this has been super helpful for me.
Awesome. Which seller was that one, Judith, that you analyzed?
There was a lead in Buffalo. So this is the one in Buffalo. I've got him on the sheet for you to call today.
Cool. Awesome. And you put in the sheet. Okay. And then you got notes. I'll go to that too, to where I make sure I'm ready for this one. This is pretty cool.
Still finalizing it, but I've got almost everything in there.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll go through that. Remember, because yeah, guys, take note of that later. We'll be calling this law. We got them scheduled for noon today. So about just under 2 hours from now, we'll call this lead. You guys could see how it works. So, and then let you guys give you a chance to answer some questions or ask, sorry. Let's let Judith answer any questions that you guys might have. So pop them into the chat. And Judith, in the meantime, while I give them a chance to ask some questions on what we showed them so far, so you guys understand our process. We have on my team, I have cold callers, texters, right? And we do a lot of inbound, like direct mail, Facebook, pay-per-click, all website, all the above, right? And then we have a lead manager that it comes, they're kind of our first filter. And then they book them with Judith. And I have a couple other acquisitions people that take the calls, right? And then eventually they take it as far as they can. And then when they get stuck, I can come in and help close it. But man, the cool part about Judith and our team now is they're taking deals all the way. A lot of them, they don't even need me. Like, yeah, actually, Judith, one of the ones we're going to be closing here right after Christmas was a deal Judith did a novation on, which has been really cool. And I honestly, my favorite part is I don't think I've ever even talked to that seller, Judith, and Judith has taken it the whole way. So really cool that's kind of how we do it. But today, Judith has a call in Buffalo that I know that market really well, and I want to work it with you guys. But let's see if anybody had any questions. So so John's question is a bit lost with this. Once I record the call, I load it into ChatGPT. Then where do I load it to analyze the call? Yep, good question. So for now, I'm working on this, John. For now, I'm going to have you guys just, you know what? I've got a post that I'm going to put in on the Facebook group. And what I'm just having you guys do is just comment, and then I'm direct messaging you guys. Okay. Right now, the long story short is, John, I'm doing it manual. I just need you guys to basically just go upload it into a Google Doc, right? And then I'll get the transcription, send it back to you. Eventually, I'm looking at basically being able to give you guys a link. This is going to be the cool part. Let me ask you guys this. Would it be helpful if I just gave you a link that all you had to do was go in and copy and paste your transcript and it would spit it out immediately, just like Judith just did? Would that be helpful? I'll make it way simpler because honestly, I was trying to, good, here they all come in. Yep. I think John, now I'm going to repeat it again because I try to make it confusing like I usually do. But we were kind of looking at this a couple different ways, guys, to where we could help you transpose it. But what I think we're going to do is just give you guys the link and you guys can go transpose it. All right. But please, if I do that, I need a couple things, and I'm going on the fly here, so I'll probably forget something. But if I share it with you guys, we can't share it. I don't want you to share it to anybody outside of sub 2, right? I'm sharing this with you guys because this community is given so much to me, and I've learned a lot, and I've done so many deals with you guys as students that like I'm always happy to give back. And Pace pours so much into me and you guys. Like that's what makes this community great. So I'm happy to share that link. My only ask is that you guys keep it in sub 2. But my second piece of it is I want you to share it with as many people as you can in sub 2 and tell them where you found it, right? And you guys can be like, hey, I found this on Problems to Profits. This is a Zoom I go to, and make sure they come to Problems to Profits. Be like, you got to come to Problems to Profits, and you got to bring deals to Casey so he can help you, right? Help us close. Because I'm going to catch my breath here for a second. Guys, I didn't mention this at the beginning. The whole point of Problems to Profits every week is you guys bringing deals where you're stuck, right? And today we're kind of veering off a little bit, being like, hey, well, maybe you're getting stuck because your sales calls are not as good as you'd like them to be, right? Or you're not sure what to say on the phone, or not sure how to follow a script, right? That's the problem I'm trying to diagnose today, right? Or actually help you troubleshoot through, all right? But every week we kind of pick a different topic. And then the second half of the call, we just call your problem. If you got a problem on a deal, whether you're trying to cold call or whether you're actually negotiating or whether you're got stuck with an agent or dispositions, like whatever the problem is, bring them to this call every week. And that's what we do. We help you solve it. Okay. But anyway, so to kind of recap that, I'm going to share the link with you guys. I'll go ahead and how about this? Why don't we share the link on the Facebook group? That way everybody has it, but you guys got to do me a huge favor. I'm only going to share this link if you guys do this one thing. Okay. Can everybody agree that after this call, they will go to the sub 2 group and search? You can just search my name. You know what? Ashley, what do you think? We need to think of a really easy searchable name, or a way everybody could see this post. I'm telling you, everyone's going to see the post because you guys are all going to go comment on it, but we got to make sure that they could find it. Ashley's going to help me out here on how we're going to tag it, but feel free to pop it in the chat. But my only ask is if I go share this in the group, that you guys will all go comment on it and tag somebody else so they can get help. Because when I share this link, guys, you're going to be able to use that link and you're going to be able to click on it and you're going to be able to get instant feedback. All right. I'm literally giving you the entire tool, right? No gatekeeping. I'm going to give it to you guys. But my only ask is that everybody who goes and sees it goes and comments and tags somebody else. Okay. Because I don't want anybody outside of sub 2 to get it, but I want everybody in sub 2 to get this link. Okay. Can everybody agree they'll do that after this call? If you guys want to see it, that you guys will go and engage with the post. Cool. All right. Yes, Ricky. So this link, in case you just missed it, we're going to be sharing this link that I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you one more case study, Ricky, in just a second. All right. And you're going to see it worked again. And I'm going to show you it from kind of start to finish. We're going to use Joe's one here in just a second. All right. You know what? I'll figure out. Ashley, she might put something in there. We just need to make sure you guys can go find it. We just got to figure out. We need a really cool name for this tool. That's what we need. How about this? We'll just put in Problems to Profits. Just spell it out. All right. Because we'll do Problems to Profits, and I'm going to call it whatever, AI sales feedback, something like that. But no matter what, you guys can go search Problems to Profits at the end of this. Okay. There you go. There we go. I like it, Keith. Your call, doctor. Okay. You need to get the consent to record the phone call. Yes, good question. So William brought up a good concern, getting consent. So this is something I would check state by state. But okay, here's the beauty. Will, is if you use your cell phone, it records it. It makes it awkward as hell if you don't say anything, right? And if you guys have done this, so you know what I'm talking about. When you're calling somebody on your iPhone, again, you're literally just, as you're talking to them, maybe I'll do this later and I'll show you my phone and show you what I press, okay? We'll do this here in a little bit. But all you do is press it and it goes, this call is now being recorded, right? So at least you're disclosing it. But yeah, if you're in a state where you literally have to get permission, then get permission, right? In most of the states I work in, as long as they are aware and they know they're being recorded, then you should be fine, right? They have the point. As long as they know it's being recorded, they can hang up. I mean, any call service you make, they just say, hey, this call's being recorded. So that's what I would do, is to be safe, use the iPhone and click that. You'll get the disclosure right away, right? But say you're not using an iPhone, guys, just let them know. Be like, hey, by the way, I record all our sales calls, and be like, and tell them, be straight up with them. Be like, I record these calls because I want to A, be able to remember everything we talked about. And then B, I'm always trying to improve. And my company has us record the calls, right? Pretty easy thing. But good question. Wow. Well, you crazy guys out in Oregon, I'm guessing Washington and California are the same, huh? So literally, well, okay, let me ask you this one, William. What happens when you're in Oregon and you call AT&T or call Verizon and they say this call is being recorded and monitored? Like, they don't get your consent. They just tell you, right? I might be crazy, but regardless, if you're in Oregon, sounds like you need to make sure they repeat it back to you and say that it's safe. Okay. But, yep, there you go. That's Ashley just hit it. Recording for training purposes. Okay. So guys, does anybody else have oh, cool. Did you even give me Virginia's got sending some leads too? If anyone needs a referral link. Okay, cool. So let me ask this though. Does anybody else have a call that they've recorded in the last week or ever, anytime that they could share? Cause I'm going to do Keem. I'm going to do, we're going to get Keem done today. We're going to get Joe, but I want to do a couple of these. I don't want to just do my calls. I want to do you guys. Okay. Does anybody else have a call that we could do? I'm going to check the chat.
I can bring a call next week. I've got a couple, but they're on my laptop.
They're on your laptop. Okay. Oh, and you're not by your laptop?
No, I'm in the car.
Cool. All right.
Something
well, let's
about
start
it's
working
on
this.
The cloud or something. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I'll start working this. I think sounds like, guys, I'm sure it's easier to see than me explain it. So I'm going to show you guys literally how to do this. And by the way, Judith, I'm not sure if she's still on. Judith, you're good to go. Everybody thank Judith for coming on. She's a rock star. And if any of you guys ever want to help out on my team, my No One Left Behind team is still going. And if somebody actually is on a team and they got stuck or their team stopped or whatever the concern might be, or maybe you just didn't get on a team, let us know. Send me a direct message. I'm going to actually have Ashley send my email. You guys could just email me. You know what, Ashley, why don't you share my Wow Houses email? Just do Casey at Wow Houses. And if you're interested in joining our team, you'll get to work with Judith. She's a rock star. She helps lead our teams. I got actually several people on this call today who have been working with Judith and they're working deals. And some of those deals that they're working, actually, we're going to call today. So you guys are going to see it firsthand. So anyway, let's get into it, man. Recorded calls, but it's on your home computer. Gosh darn it, you guys. You got them all home. That's okay. Fortunately, Anthony, and I think that was Michelle, we will give you guys, I'm going to give you the link. I'm going to put it in Facebook, all right, in the Facebook group, but you guys are going to have to go search it and comment, all right? All right. How about, who's ready to analyze Joe's call? Joe, you ready for it, man? We got 63 people. No pressure. Hey, thank you first off for Joe being a good volunteer. And let's get Joe's feedback. So you know what? Before I share it, Joe, why don't you, I'm sure you remember this call. Give us a quick give me like the 30-second recap of the call and what you thought went well and what didn't before we do it.
Yeah, so this was actually, I think, my first ever call to a seller, and he was real nice. He was pretty just straightforward to the point, just wanted to sell. It was a decent house. He seemed like a good guy. I don't think it ended up really going anywhere, but yeah, that's really just the basis of it.
Perfect. Okay. So direct, and it was direct to seller, right? Not direct to agent?
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Man. Okay. We just said Joe was brave, but Joe is not only giving us a call, he's giving us like his first ever call. All right. Mm-hmm. That's impressive. So no one should ever be scared to do this publicly, by the way, but not saying you guys are, but okay. Let's give it a shot here. I'm going to share my screen real quick, guys. And then we're going to see what the Chat GPT thinks of Joe's first ever direct to seller call. Hold on a second. All right, there we go. Now I got two screens. All right, so here's what we did, guys. So mechanically how this worked is, I think this was Joe's recording. So Joe, all he did, I'll show you guys actually how to record it and input it later. But all Joe did is Joe gave me his recording, right? He copy and pasted into Word doc, and then he goes into this Chat GPT, which I'm going to share the link with you guys later, okay? So he goes into here, and all I did is I literally just copy and pasted it right here at the very top. I just opened the link and I copy and pasted it, and boom, here's what it said. So let's go over the recap. So on this call, Joe's scoring breakdown. He got a 15 out of 20 on introduction and report, right? So it said what he did well was introduction was friendly and polite, but did not strictly adhere to the required inbound call introduction format. Right. So again, this is based on the scripts. I have scripts that'll go with this. And if you really want to follow a script, it's gonna critique you, right? But obviously, Joe was not going off the script. He just sent me his call. So take this with a grain of salt. Weakness, failed to use the mandatory structure. Again, thank you for calling. Anyway, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. So how about discovery probing questions? You got a 12. So basic questions about property were asked, including its condition. Weaknesses, did not delve deep into the emotional motivations. Guys, this is good. He didn't dive deep into the emotional motivations behind the sale. Missed multiple opportunities to use questions like, what's the story behind that? Or why is that important to you, right? Those are, and here's the beauty of this script and this like coaching thing, guys, is it's going to like give you like literally like little tips and how to say things to dive deeper. We always talk about building rapport and understanding the why and right. What is the motivation? Okay. Objection handling, strengths, the basic objections like I'm taking offers were acknowledged, but not handled creatively or strongly, right? Actually, is that detailed? Did you remember on that one, Joe? Did they mention that they're taking offers on basically from everybody?
Yeah, he was pretty much just saying like, properties for sale, give me an offer. So I was trying to get a specific number out of him, like what he wanted for it. And that was the 275.
Sweet. Nice. And they say that, and you could tell that. So they said you did a good job of that. So they were acknowledged, but not necessarily handled creatively. Weakness, did not reference the provided rebuttals on the seller's motivation to handle the two. Look at that. So they even know his offer, right? They knew he made a $275K offer. Okay. Value proposition, mentioned the property was being assessed for fit, but did not clearly articulate the advantages of the cash offer, right? So again, this is his first call. We're not expecting Joe to like know every little piece of the call. Next steps, I'm going to kind of keep moving here, guys. Lead motivation discovered. Seller's readiness to sell free and clear was identified. Did not explore deeper motivations beyond like logistical reasons. Failed to ask questions like, what's your next step with the funds? Or what has prevented you from selling before? Right? So these are all just really good questions to teach you guys how to go further. All right? So anyway, final score for his first ever call, 50 out of 100. Nice job, Joe. And again, there's even more. Talks about your strengths, summarizes all this. So this is all pretty cool things. And it tells them, hey, you can go back and look at the actionability script and ranges script. So this stuff here, guys, are also tools that I'll share with you. Maybe we'll just put these tools on that same post because I've got a couple Google Docs that show you the scripts and they show you, they also show you like different phrases to use, which I really like how to get motivation and all that. So anyway, let's go to the chat. What do you guys think on that? Was that a helpful tool? I'm going to do one more. I thought that's pretty cool. That's pretty awesome. And thanks for being a volunteer there, Joe. Joe, was that helpful? Was there some specific things you think you can work on?
Yeah, I like that. And then I did have another call with him too, where I think I did hit on a couple of these things, but these are really good points on like future calls to keep in mind.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, and I know Keem just asked about the script, so I will 100%. I'll give you guys a script and the links so you guys can do it. Cool. Yes. All right. Ooh, yeah. All right, Elizabeth, I'm gonna make a call here in a little bit. All right, and then we'll see how I follow it. But I'm gonna. As you guys are, I know you guys are probably going to be shocked, but I'm not a script guy. I'm more of like, let's wing it and go with it. So I'm going to get docked probably like Joe did, but we'll definitely do that. And then and I'm going to show you guys how to get this thing out of my phone, get the script off of my phone into ChatGPT that way. Cause I know there's a lot of you are like, oh, wait, how do I get the script and how do I do all that? We're going to show you. All right. But I want to do one more before we go there. All right. No worries. Thanks for coming in, Chance. Welcome in, buddy. We're about to blow you away with some AI and coaching, and you're going to become a closer. You're going to become a lethal closer after watching this Zoom today and taking this resource. Okay, let me go. Yeah, exactly. I like Keith's comment. It's a coach with positive and negative. You know what? Judith didn't mention that. Judith's like, yeah, it actually told me what I did good, right? Not just like a coach, right? They're not just going to hammer you for all the bad stuff. And that way you can keep doing the good stuff. Okay. Let me do my other one. All right. So here's Keem's one, right? So guys, all I did is I like putting it into a Google Doc, and then I'm going to select all and I'm going to copy it. All right, let's go and see what feedback we get from Keem. So literally guys, I literally copy and paste. It takes a couple seconds because it's a long script. Enter. All right, let's see what it thinks. All right, while it's here we go. Keem, while it's going, give us the quick breakdown of this call before we read it. Give me like the 30-second. What was the call about? How'd it go?
So direct to agent, first time calling to is a duplex, and I don't even think I made introduction about myself. I just say that hi, I'm an investor and whatnot. Yeah, I don't think I did really that well.
Cool. Awesome. Hey, that's all right, man. We're not expecting. Literally, wait, you had never called a agent before this call? This was
No.
seriously the first one?
Yeah.
You guys are unbelievable. Like I can't, I'm trying to get guys to bring their script that have been doing this, and wow, that's incredible, Keem. I appreciate the bravery, guys. This is so cool. And then sorry, before we go there, I just saw in the comments, brand new person, first ever Zoom. Where was that? Okay, cool. Dan, welcome to the Zoom, man. I'm glad you're here. I'm hoping it's only gonna go. Oh, I was gonna say go up from here, but this is a really fun Zoom, guys. And ours is a little bit different because we call people live, and I try to give you guys a resource every week. So Dan, I hope to see you back every week, and I'm glad you're part of the community. Welcome in, man. Okay, let's go through this feedback. So Dan, in case you're new or anybody else hopped on the call, Keem literally recorded this call, and now we're going to give Keem real-time feedback on it, all right? So I'm not going to go through too much. I want to keep this moving. So strength, address the agent's name and establish context quickly. Weakness, did not adhere. Again, shocker, did not approve, did not go through the script, right? But he didn't even know the script. Let's go through these other ones. Agent asked about property details and initiated discussion on financing options. Okay, weaknesses, missed opportunities to go deeper. What's the story? Again, it gives you a couple tips on what's the story. Strengths, how about objection handling? Do you remember getting objections, really?
Yes. So I tried to pitch about the sub too, and the objection was like the seller will want the money like right away and whatnot for another project. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Cool. Yeah, and it says that right here, right? It says that you responded with clarity and persistence when the seller expressed doubt about the creative financing, right? So sounds like you were persistent. That's good. Value proposition. That's weird that it keeps calling you the agent, but agent explain.
I am a real estate agent too.
Oh, okay.
Just like a side job, like yeah.
Okay, cool. And then you were talking to another agent or another seller?
Another agent.
Okay, cool.
But I want to buy as an investor.
But you want to buy. I love it, man. Cool. Yeah. And so you explain the creative financing option, including upfront cash and monthly payments, as well as receiving the seller of tenant. Yeah. Relieving the seller of tenant management, right? That's pretty good. I mean, assume that's all stuff you talked about, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's good, man. Cool. Let's go down to the summary because this is kind of the cool part. So areas for improvement, again, follow the script. Use probing questions to uncover deeper motivations, reference the objections. So the other one they talked about was like when you get objections, there's some coaching on how to do that. Emphasize power words to make the offer more compelling, right? Guys, the other cool thing is when I share these this document with the scripts, it's going to show some power words. Like one of the words that I really like is story, right? So instead of being like, hey, what's the condition of the house? You'd be like, hey, how does this sound? If you say, hey, Keem, will you tell me a little bit about the story and the history of this house and what it's like in the condition, right? You could say it even better than I did, but asking like, hey, tell me a story about or whatever. But using the word story is a much less aggressive, like welcoming word. Cool. And what are any other thoughts on this one, Keem?
I think I could have did it a lot better. It's like the nerve talking, and so
yeah.
These some takeaways actually awesome.
Yeah. And as you guys know with ChatGPT, you could be like, hey, next time I do this, tweak it here or tweak it there, right? You guys, this is kind of your own little link that you guys are going to be able to customize. Okay. All right. You guys ready for me to make a call? And we'll show you guys how to, before we go there, that's the next step is I'm going to go make a call, an outbound call, and we're going to see how it goes with me. Yep. We'll get my feedback and I'll show you guys actually how to upload it all. But okay. Joe's got to run. Hey man, no worries. Joe, thanks for popping on. Keep using it. Yes. Casey, can we share the call on UdaPro, the property in Michigan? That is so unusual. Yes. Yeah. Judith, what's the address of that one, Judith? Because I could definitely probably go pull it. Or Judith, is it recorded on UdaPro? That's a great one.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Yes. Do you have, this would be great to go in there. All right. Let me show you guys one other way to do it. I think you're going to put me on the spot here, Judith, but I'm going to see if I can do it. So let me go to...
Do you want me to pull it up on UdaPro and you share the screen?
Yeah. You know what? And then I could give you yes, I just need to download the transcript from it. Or do you have the transcript downloaded?
No. In fact, I didn't know about it. So
that's okay. This is a good example to show it. Let me see if I can get it myself.
Okay.
And then I'm going to show you guys, but I'm going to have you guide me here. Everybody can see my screen, right? We'll go look at this. So guys, this is my CRM that we use. Actually, this is what my No One Left Behind team, like all the people, I mentioned it earlier, guys, if you're interested in working deals, like Judith has been doing this for a couple months with us. I know Mike Van Maren, Joe Rodeo, who you saw, several people have been working on our team. And this is the CRM that everybody has access to where we work leads. This is cool. I'm glad you brought this up, Judith. This is a great little case study.
And you can start calling me Judy so we don't get confused with the real Judith.
The real Judith, yes. I love it. The real Judith. I like it. Hold on. Let me make sure that my video didn't completely go out. Yeah, it did. Okay. Too many. My computer's on overload. Okay, really quick. Hold on. Let me fix this. Judith, while I'm doing this, Judith, will you share with what made this call so peculiar? I wanted to share a quick, 1 minute recap.
Oh yeah, I'd be glad to. This call, this was one that was sent for us to Odapro to call, and it was a property up in Michigan, just out of well, I can't even remember. Anyways, right off of Lake Superior by about 9 to 10 miles. Anyway, the strange thing is the property is like 40 acres. They had built the property themselves. It is very, not just rural, but it's almost wilderness type idea. And they built a martial arts studio. They have a house that they said is attached to a 5,000 square foot building in which they had the dojo and then some other bedrooms. The pictures, it was difficult to tell. You can see that it has solar power. It has a cistern. Well, you can't see this, but it has a huge cistern for holding about 1,000 gallons of rainwater. It does have electricity, and they tried. I mean, it really could survive as a full survival type thing. But the problem is that it's so remote and the area is such a small area that it's very difficult to find a buyer, perhaps a corporation, someone else who likes wilderness. I mean, but up in Michigan, where they have very harsh winters, very nice but short summers, it's just going to be difficult to try to find a buyer for this property. Although we're hoping that the LOI goes through and that they're going to respond back to it. Okay, Casey, you're muted still. Can't hear you. We think you're muted.
There we go. I swore I pressed it. All right. Now, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. What was the name or phone number or something that I could search it by?
Casey, look at Michael and Shirley.
The last name is Munt, M-U-N-D-T. Yep.
There it is. All right. I'm not still muted, right? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, cool. Make sure I wasn't doing something funny. Okay, guys. So this is you'll get to see a little demo on Go High Level, although it's going really slow because we're sharing my screen in. We're running this ChatGPT. The ChatGPT is not slowing it down, but okay. So once I pull this up, I want to show you guys how I can go get this transcript, which honestly, I haven't even done it in, I don't know if I've done one of these yet, but.
Yeah, that's not the last name, Casey. It's M-U-N-D-T.
Oh.
Yep.
There we go. Why won't it open it? Okay, now we're rolling. So the cool thing about all the calls that we do in our CRM are all recorded. So guys, this is the more advanced way to do it. I'm going to show you the basic way to do it on your cell phone here in a second. Okay, let's go find that call. I thought, okay, there it is.
It's in 7
This one was
minutes.
Before then. What was the date?
Keep going up. Up.
6 minutes.
Well, okay, might be 6 minutes. I thought it was 7.
7. Oh,
there you go.
Judy and I have both
Bingo.
spoken with them, so I would go with Judy's first call.
Oh, first call. Okay, cool. So here, check it out, guys. All right, now I'm going to show you how to use Slack to do it. Okay. And I'm going to let you guys, we'll do one of mine live here in a little bit, but let me make sure this downloaded. Yeah, it's funny. I don't know if you guys could hear it. She thought you clearly said Michael, not Margot, but okay. Hold on. Let me actually check. Yeah, download. This is really weird. Has anybody else seen this in Udapro do this?
You can hear the recording first and then it'll go in.
Oh, and then it'll download? Okay. So maybe let me go actually check my downloads. Okay, so guys, then the next step I'll do is I'll go into Slack. And guys, what I do is, it might not work right now because I don't know if it downloaded because my computer is on overload with the Zoom and sharing and everything. But what I do is I just go into Slack and I send myself a personal message, right? This is our No One Left Behind team. And I go in here and you just do the little plus, go upload from your computer. See, I already did one with Zach. And then I go to today. I'll go download it. I'll see if it worked. It looks like it has not gone in there. Okay. So anyway, I might have somebody else do it, but basically here's another one I did. Okay. Here, who is this one? This one was Sam from Wild Houses. Oh yeah. This is one of our guys. Okay. This is one from another guy I did. But anyway, you guys can see this, that literally all I do is upload it and it automatically transcribes it. And then all I got to do is click on this view transcript. And then I go click the copy button and then boom, check this out. Now I can go pop this in here. And so it's not going to be Judas one. So apologies, you guys aren't going to get to hear that one. But I might have why don't actually Ashley or somebody else, can you guys go copy and paste that? Because I can't get it to work right now. Yeah.
Hi, Casey. This is Rosie. I put in the chat, Judith, the transcript, the recording.
Love it. I love our team. They're on top of it. I just got to go back here. Okay, cool. There it is. Okay, it's downloading. Okay. But anyway, this is one I did with our guy. He only got a 42. I think this is the one that I posted last week where the guy wanted us to send a fax message. Oh, wait, 80 acre farm. Wait, this one I wonder if this one was Mike's, because I did a couple of these because a couple of people sent them to me. Anyway, let's go ahead and do this one. Let me go back. All right, guys. So we'll go upload. Let's see if this upload worked. Oh, there it is. Cool. So it might take a couple seconds. But anyway, I'm just going to send it to myself on Slack. So I know John hates Slack, but anybody who hates Slack, I'll show you how easy it is, right? So it's already got it. It doesn't like immediately transcribe it. It takes like a minute or so. But what you'll find is we'll come check back on this in a little bit. But it's going to fully transcribe this video or this audio. And when we do that, we'll come back. So but while we're waiting on that, let's integrator type shit. I like it. You're right, Ricky. Thank goodness we visionaries like me have integrators. If not, you guys are stuck working through this, not going my visionary speed.
Okay, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Forgot I did use my iPhone after I was already on the call, so I have like 10 minutes of a call.
Did it save on your iPhone?
Yeah. So I clicked that record button up there.
Yes.
Whether he heard it say this call is being recorded, I don't know.
Yep. I'm sure he did.
But I sent it from my iPhone to my phone that I'm on now. Is there a way to send that to you?
Sweet. Cool. All right. Yeah. If you can get it. Yep. So you could copy and paste it. If you could copy and paste that transcript into a Google Doc, that would be the best. Here it is. So this one just got done. But yeah, if you want to, or you could share it with me in a couple different ways, right? Like eventually I'm going to give you guys the link after this call, as I mentioned. So yeah, just do that, Michelle. Wait for me to go post it in the Facebook group and then you can directly upload it. Okay.
Can I send it to your Voxer?
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, try that. That'll work. Yeah, if you just want to copy and paste this transcript, I should be able to do that too. All right, here we go. So we got the transcript. Who's ready for Judy's? Let's see how Judy did on this crazy call in. All right, so now, again, it's going to take a second, but I'll just paste it in here. We'll see what the feedback is here. All right, strength. Agent initiated the call warmly and engaged in friendly conversation, building rapport and discussing the weather and shared experiences. Is that true, Judy? Did you talk about the weather?
Sorry, thinking that they were up there in snow. Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
Only to find out they're in Arizona.
Really? I love it. I joke about this. Like, you guys, maybe this is a U.S. countrywide thing, but anytime I talk to anybody in Wyoming or Montana, the easiest way to build rapport is let's ask about the weather, right? Good job, Judy. That's a great way to do it. We're going to skip about the following scripts because the agent asks several relevant questions about the property's features, acreage, utilities, financing options. They also explored the seller's willingness to negotiate and consider creative financing. So awesome. So you could tell that Judy is pitched in creative finance. And then again, it says some of these probing questions about what is your biggest frustration with managing this property? Okay, because is it a rental or something they were having to manage?
No, it's just sitting empty and has for the time they've been in Arizona.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, but I guess they're trying to manage it from afar, even if it's vacant. Okay, effectively navigated the question with Shirley, seemed uncertain about the property availability and financing options. They kept tone friendly and accommodating. And anyway, and then it just says, hey, you could have went a little bit farther on negotiating on price and willingness to do creative financing. There was no strategic handling of the potential objections and the objection rebuttals, right? So again, and this is assuming not everybody's going to go, like Judy's been doing this for a while. So Judy's getting the hang of it. She can go pretty far, but not everybody's going to be able to go. Like if you guys are freshmen in the No One Left Behind challenge, you're probably not going to be able to go quite as deep. What else pops out here? I'll keep scrolling down. How about motivation? The agent identified the seller's openness to offers and the fact that the property was mortgage free, which could facilitate negotiations. And just said you could have went deeper about, just go deeper about what are the challenges of holding the property? Like what happens if they do have to hold it and they don't find a buyer and they're stuck in Arizona? Okay, yeah, cool. And I like this part. Questions about why the seller is open to offers or the impact of selling on their lifestyle could have added value context, right? So basically just saying, hey, if you sold this, what would it do? Power words. Okay, so again, Judy didn't even know the power words, but it's going to reference, hey, no impact power words like hassle-free, opportunity, solutions-based, right? Those are, again, we're going to give you a full list of all the power words, which are just good words to kind of hit on that are going to be more effective. Okay. The call lasted over 7 minutes, allowing for a more comprehensive discussion. I don't know. I would never dock you guys on, you guys know how much time it takes and you got to always feel how long is too long on a call. But anyway, that's pretty good here. I could go for hours on this, but this is pretty cool. I'll make sure that you get this too, Judy. Let me do this. Let me copy and paste this. Here's the other cool part is you can get this out of here and I can go copy and I can go send this to Judy. So
that'd be
Judy,
greatly appreciated.
Yes. Just got to figure out how I want to do that. Judith, maybe. That's probably not the best. Oh yeah, I do it up here. I'm not sure how to do it. Wait, Judith, there it is. Cool. All right, you should have it in the chat. Oh, you can't go that far. You can only do 5,000 words. Okay. All right, I'll send it to you elsewhere. But anyway, cool. All right. So guys, questions before I go into a couple calls. And I'm going to record my calls and we're going to pop it in here and we're going to see how I do. Granted, I'm going to be negotiating and going a little bit deeper. All right, Nick's got one. Transcribe and paste it into a Google Doc. Ah, cool, man. Good job, Nick. Look at this. We started slow, but now we're getting a lot of them. Look, this is cool. See what Nick did? Now it's super easy for me to get this out of here. Man, nice. Good job, Nick. I'm just debating. I probably better get into the calls right now. But Nick, I'm going to get you, I'll make sure. You know what? I'll have Ashley might be able to send you a quick reply, get you some feedback. You know what, Nick? I'm going to actually share the link with you guys after this call so you guys can use it yourselves. Thanks for sharing that one, Nick. Okay, cool. You bet. Keem, I had no Keem had to run, but that's okay. We're going to be sharing this with all you guys. Okay. All right, cool. You guys ready to see some calls and we'll record them? Let me go back. Let me go to my calendar. Let me ask this. Does anybody have any problems? Yep, Rudy, this is correct. This is ChatGPT, right? So I'm just using chat. I basically built out this ChatGPT, or actually it was part of this mastermind I'm in. And it basically, we've trained this ChatGPT to basically analyze calls, and it literally analyzes down to it tracks your cadence and your pauses, because you see everything is timestamped, so it can literally it can't quite tell inflection, but what it could tell is the flow of the conversation and rapport building and stuff like that, right? If there's a bunch of interruptions, I mean, I'm not a ChatGPT guru, but it's got some really cool features to where I can even tell how well the conversation is going. Okay. Pretty cool stuff. All right. I lost my train of thought on that note, but let me go hop. Oh, that's what I was going to do is, does anybody have any calls that they want to make today? Any deals where they're stuck? If so, pop them in the chat, and then I'm going to start working through a couple of these. I got one at 11:30. Let me see. I think I might have a couple other agent ones that I could do too. But if anybody, this is a good time for anybody who has any questions. If not, I'm going to go. I got one at 11:30. But I know I had a couple from earlier in the week that I'm just going to see if we can get them to answer. I know I talked to her. Let me see. Did we talk to, this was booked by Team 42. FYI, guys, I'm still doing this while what are the best phone recording apps you're using? Yeah, so Fatu, it was your iPhone. You don't have to get any app. Just use it. I mean, I'll let somebody else make a recommendation if you don't have an iPhone, because I'm not much help there. But Lily, just use your iPhone. It transcribes it, and then all you got to do is copy and paste that. And this ChatGPT, guys, you could put on your phone. You could literally do it all from your phone, or you can copy and paste a transcript from your phone to the computer, whatever's easy. But it makes a note. The cool thing is that I'll show you, it makes a note to where you could just work off that. Good. You're in business. You got an iPhone, like the rest of us. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah. Does anybody, let me know if anybody else has any deals. And then I am going to try a couple of these leads. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you guys is on the, I am still doing the No One Left Behind challenge. And if you guys are on a team that needs help closing deals, I still have this. If this is your first time to the Problems to Profit Zoom, you probably haven't seen this spreadsheet. All I do is, like, for example, next week, Monday, I'm still going to be making calls. I will update. The times aren't showing up for some reason. But anyway, I'll go put in the times for next week. Oh, they're just not showing on Monday. Anyway, I'm even going to make some calls on Christmas Eve if you guys are interested. We will take off Christmas. But anyway, if anybody has any leads that they want, and you guys don't have to be in the No One Left Behind challenge to do this. This could be anybody could put a lead in here. But this is like basically my office hours where I help make calls. And I built this because of the No One Left Behind challenge, because I was just getting slammed with deals to call, and I wanted to make sure I allocated the time and did it in an efficient way. But please, guys, I'll go ahead and pop this in the chat. If you guys want to book a call or have me call one of your sellers, you guys can just pop it into this Google Sheet so everybody can edit it. You could just go off the former days if you need an example. All right. Would you share the leads, or do I have to get my own leads if I get the opportunity to join? Yes. Good question, Bina. So what I do is on my team, we get SEO leads. Like literally, I just got a message while I was on this call where we're getting SEO leads coming in across the country, meaning people are like saying, I want to sell my house fast. And we got one in Peoria, Ohio. And this was an awesome lead. This is one Judy was actually brought to us. And this couple was basically ready to walk away from the house. They owe like 70 to 80,000 on it. The house probably should rent for over $1,000, and the payment's like 700. And we found this off market direct to seller through one of these SEO leads. So it's an example of the leads that our team gets to work. So if you guys are interested, absolutely let us know. And then, because the other piece is I have inbound leads coming in, and then I use all of my lists in Wyoming, Montana, other markets I'm doing deals, and we upload lists for you guys to actually go call and market to. So I wanted to get, because I think there's a lot of people that are probably in the same shoes as Bina, right? You're like, hey, man, I want to get on the phones, I want to make calls, but who do I even call, right? So that's why I built that out. And again, if you guys send me an email, casey@yohouses.com, I'll let Ashley pop that in underneath the resource you just shared. But if you guys want to join the team, that's where you can go. Okay. I'm waiting for somebody to give me a good deal. I don't want to just call my deals.
Hey, I just put one in the chat.
You did? Okay.
It's the one on Darby.
Okay.
It's right above. Is it Benna? You read her.
There it is. Okay. This one. Okay. So in San Antonio, this one is inherited property, already done with probate, listed at 230, but there is $141K tax debt. She said 2 weeks ago they would be happy if someone just paid off the taxes. Oh, that is a good one. Do you have the address? Oh, it's right there.
It's on there. Yeah. So it does need a lot of work. It's a 5.4. There's somebody who is interested in buying it, but I'm like, I can't get her to answer my text or my phone call anymore.
Okay.
And they just lowered it.
614. All right. Well, let's see if a fresh perspective. This is a good one. I love it. Let's give him a call. Darby.
So all I was going to offer was just to pay the taxes and there's 4 heirs. So maybe $4,000 and pay the agent fee and closing costs.
Cool. All right. Let's give him a call. Let me find this agent. So I got it pulled up here. You guys should probably be able to still see my screen. Okay. Nestled in the heart of San Antonio. Check this one out. Been on the market almost 200 days. Not quite. Okay. Deborah. And I'm probably going to get hammered on my review because I'm going to cut right to it. I'm not going to spend too much time building rapport so we can jump in. Hey, Deborah, this is Casey Gregerson. How are you?
Good.
Hey, good. I was just calling. Do you have a quick minute? I just wanted to talk about the house you guys had listed on Darby Boulevard.
Okay.
Okay. And actually, do you care? I'm going to just record this. I always just like to keep track of my notes. Is that okay?
Not really.
Oh, I mean, yeah, if you don't mind, I just do it. I do it to train myself. And I mean, I'm just going to ask you basic stuff on the house. I mean, is that okay?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you. All right, cool. So I actually, another investor had mentioned this one to me, and they had mentioned that there was like a tax lien on it around 141,000. So anyway, I'm just going to jump right in because the last thing I want to do is waste your time. But it sounded like if we could pay off that tax lien, the sellers were like, and we could pay your commission, they were like ready to get out of this thing. Is that still kind of the case?
Potentially.
Got it. And is that rough? Okay, no, that's totally fair. So around 141,000. Again, is that ballpark? Not, it doesn't need to be exact, but I'm just, okay. And do you know if they have any other, so they don't have a mortgage or anything, they just have that tax lien?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, that's a crazy high tax lien, but that's okay. I mean, might as well be a mortgage because a lot of the houses we work with are like that. Okay. I mean, what do you think? Like, I know the house needs some work. Like, what are your thoughts on, like, say we went in, made some renovations. You probably know the market better than anybody there in San Antonio. Like, what do you think this thing would sell for if we fixed it up and flipped it?
Well, when I had originally listed because they have 2 lots attached to it, so I had listed the lots originally. And at that time, people were willing to purchase the home like at 385.
Okay. Oh,
And I
wow.
know numbers like in that high range, but I couldn't tell you. I mean, because that square footage of that home is really hard to find in that area.
Really?
With
Got it.
5 bedrooms, yeah. Typically, you have a 3-bedroom, 2 bath,
Got it.
and that one has the 5, 3.5.
Okay. Got it. And what were you saying was the reason why they didn't, why they wouldn't, because you said they were going to buy it at like what, 385?
Yeah, they weren't ready to sell yet.
Wow. And, oh, wow. And it's just the markets, that's a huge gap. But,
Yeah.
but I mean, but what you're saying is potentially if this thing was fixed up, and what do you think I'm just looking at the pictures, looks like paint, maybe some new flooring, and does it need anything else major, you think?
I don't even think the flooring, to be quite honest, because it's tile all the way around.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
good.
of course, it's put tile, but it's 100% tile. And then there's like 2 bedrooms that need work. I would say like you have to redo that whole room because those 2 rooms, because they have like holes in the walls.
Okay. Got
And
it.
then
So
maybe
some
2
drywall work,
bathrooms.
2 bathrooms, just updating the bathrooms.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then of course, if you could replace the countertops in the kitchen,
Okay.
because those were tile.
Oh, I do see that. Yeah. Ugh, yeah, that's a little rough looking, but okay. But the cabinets don't look terrible. They actually look pretty nice. I'm looking at the pictures. And these things. Wow. Okay. Okay. I like it. Okay.
It was built in another community, and they just had it made adjustments to it. But the community it was like $1 million+ house.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, of course, it's not in that community, but yeah, that's where that floor plan came from.
Okay. Got it. That makes sense. But do you think we need to like move walls and everything, or you think it just needs to be updated?
I probably wouldn't move walls. I mean, if I would have built it, I probably wouldn't. You know where the red room is? I don't know if you see the red. There's a room it's like a living room.
Okay.
I probably would have put a wall there. I would have made it open into the kitchen and dining.
Oh, yeah. I think I see what you're saying.
I mean, that's like not a necessary.
Okay.
adjustment.
Got it. And just as far as have they already moved out, or are they still living in the house?
No, they moved out.
Got it. And they're just, are they renting, or they already buy another house, or?
They own another house.
Okay. So they just got to get rid of this thing. Got it. Hey, let me ask you this. So this is actually perfect for so I fix and flip across the country. I live in Houston right now, but we've done deals across the country. And I think really our bread and butter, what we're best at, is these houses like this that have some equity and they need work. So what we'll do is I'll actually go in and fix it up. And then I'm going to pay for all the work to get it fixed up and flip it, right? So in this case, I would probably pay your commission, or you know what? Even better, would you be like, say I went in and fixed this all up, would you be willing to list it for me once we tried to sell it at like 350, 400 and I fixed it all up?
Casey, how many square feet is it? We might be interested in doing a co-living.
Yes.
I've got a team of girls
sorry
we're
about
doing.
that. I'm actually got my team here listening too. Okay. Yeah. So
Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
Anyway, what I would propose is like we go in and yeah, I would love to renovate it and fix it all up, and then have you listed at top dollar. Because again, so where I was going with that, like what we like to do is I'm a fix and flipper, right? But if I gotta go use a hard money loan or use my own cash to go have this big purchase price of like 230, for example, that starts to cut into my profit of the deal. Versus if I can just go in and I guess you mentioned the sellers wanted a little bit of cash. Like if we gave them a little bit of cash and then we just left the IRS lien on the property, and then when we go fix and flip the house, we'll pay off essentially I'm looking at this IRS lien just like a normal mortgage. And when we go flip the house, we'll pay it off then. What do you think about that? And just give the sellers some cash and make sure you get paid a commission.
Can you repeat that part of it? I
Yeah.
didn't get the last.
So I'll simplify it. So we would close it. We give your sellers a little bit of cash, and I'm not talking a ton, like maybe 5 to 10 grand, but at least something, right? And then we'll take over the house. We'll take over the liability of the IRS lien, and then we're going to flip it. And once I flip it, we'll pay off the IRS lien. We'll pay you the higher commission, right? Because you'll get whatever 5-6% of hopefully, like I would assume like 350 to 400. And then then everybody's happy. Then we can go in and because I've got contractors and the cash to go make the rehab. I just don't want to go tie up 230,000 just to either way. The numbers just won't work like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Um,
I could definitely, run it through them. I'm about to go into an appointment.
Okay.
So
That sounds good.
if you want to send me something in writing.
Yes. Absolutely. If it's okay with you, I'd like to send you an LOI, just a 1-pager, and it'll kind of highlight this. Yeah. And then I'll lay it all out. That way you could present it to them, and then maybe just get their feedback once you, cause there's all these terms are really flexible, right? So if you could just share that with them, be like, hey, what do you like? What do you not like? And then we can kind of go from there.
Okay. That sounds good.
Cool. Well, I'll let you run to your appointment, and I'll just actually text you to get your email, and then we'll go from there. I think this is exactly what we look for because we're always looking for fix and flips. So this looks like a good one, and it doesn't look too bad, right? It's not like a foundation and plumbing, electrical. It looks like mostly cosmetic.
It's cosmetic mostly.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll let you run to your next appointment.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, Deborah. Okay. See ya. Bye.